I hate when my husband works late, being at home, alone at night, hearing every little creak. It's uncomfortable. I thought I was just being paranoid. Then my girlfriend said she felt the same way when her husband travels. Until they had what she calls their Vivint talk. Vivint, my friend calls it the best home security system out there. It's super easy to use and fit right into our budget. And I love my video cameras. I can see what's going on in and around my home right from my computer or smartphone. It's actually kind of funny. I told my husband, if you're going to be traveling or working late, I'm getting Vivint. And it's made all the difference.
Call now. Not only is installation free, you'll get up to $1,500 worth of Vivint security cameras and equipment today at no charge. Seriously, $1,500. Just pay as little as $99 for activation. Call 877-776-3430. 877-776-3430. 877-776-3430. Restrictions apply. 48 or 60-month agreement and minimum $49.99 per month required. Not available in Louisiana. See Vivint.com for license numbers.
Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Commanding Your Life. This is your host, Beverly-Fells-Jones, and I am an author, speaker, certified seminar leader, and practitioner for the Silver Method, the Prime Directive, and other techniques. On this show, you will hear about how to expand your world of thought. I and my guests explore the world of positive thinking, the law of attraction, and consciousness from many points of view. It is my intention to share with you information that will enlighten and empower you in your life. I am here to encourage you to think in the positive and show that miracles can happen. I truly believe that you have been given the power of the word and thought to create the life that you desire. Please be aware that the opinions expressed on this show are mine and my guests. They are not associated with any organization. This show is an open forum for growth. This show is a safe haven for discussions. You are invited to call in at 347-838-8437 when we are on air to discuss your opinion or to ask questions. So that number again is 347-838-8437. If you listen to the recording, email me any requests or any questions. And that address is Beverly, B-E-V-E-R-L-Y, Beverly, at commandingyourlife.com. Also, feel free to make comments on this site. They are always appreciated. So welcome and thank you for spending time listening to this program. So now let's start our discussion. Well, good morning, everyone. And I want to welcome you again to another episode. And, the year has started out fantastically, and I am just overjoyed. There have been many things that have gone on this week since the Mega Manifest that I conducted last weekend. I've gotten reports from the attendees where within 24 to 48 hours, a lot of the things that they worked on during that weekend started to come to be. So let's continue with our conversation from the 29th of December, where I talked about your imagination, where it could actually destroy your life. But what we want you to do is to build your life, because your thoughts can catapult you forward, or they can keep you stuck and stagnant and where you are and unhappy and miserable
I'm also finding out, your thoughts can, well, what we like to call, take you down the bunny trail. When you start thinking negative thoughts and things that could happen and may happen, and you turn around and you start to react the way you think. You start to treat, let's say you're thinking about a person, you start to treat that person the way your mind is currently working, even though you may not have a discussion with that person about the thing that is bugging you. Your girlfriend talked to you in just the wrong way, said something to you that hit a trigger for you, and now you think she was being disrespectful. And you go, and then you start thinking on other things and other things and other things before it matters to the she has no idea what's going on. That's what create your life. So Neville Goddard is, I mentioned before, I love his works, I really do. He has some really good information and training. But he said there are 3 fundamental things that you must incorporate into your life to see progress or change occur. And we've heard them before, however, in a different context or in a different set of words. Now, I think we have a caller on the line, and if you want to be heard, just say hello. Okay. So my caller is quiet, so we're going to leave it that way. Now, so let's take a look here at this idea about the 3 things that are going on in your life. So let me talk about the quote that we did before, and it was, now if I move from that I am into what I would like to be, you will still be my friend. So in my imagination, I'll let you see me as you would have to see me if things were as I want them to be, and there I'll remain. So I have to go through and become the person I want to be mentally. I may not be there, but I want to be there mentally. So, and you have to imagine your friends seeing you in that way too. So once you are really there, once your mind is set and you see yourself there, you feel yourself there, you are the best housekeeper in the world, you are the best speaker in the world, you are the best teacher, and you're getting the teacher award for the year. Whatever it is you see, you become it in your mind before you become it in reality. And what will happen is that your subconscious, your higher self, you will start acting as that person you want to be. You will start doing the things that a person with that personality, that person with that intellect, that person, you'll start being that person and doing the things that they would do in order to build that. So that was part of the last one. So this week we're dealing with the 3 fundamental things. What are they? Well, they are self-observation, definition of aim or purpose, and detachment. As man must make a definite discovery about himself through an uncritical observation of his reactions to life. The sum total of these reactions defines an individual's state of consciousness. It is his consciousness state that attracts the situations and circumstances of his life. From that we just talked about. The sum total of his reactions defines an individual's state of consciousness. So defining a state of consciousness is being like you are right now. You're listening to this show. You may be doing something else at the same time, but you're listening to the show, and you're feeling a certain way You're having a certain emotional feeling about yourself and about your circumstances and about what you're doing at this moment. This is your state of consciousness. So as you make observations of your life, and he says reactions to the life, all right, so I just gave you one example. Your friend said something to you, you took it in a certain way, you reacted in a certain way. I had an opportunity of someone who used to hit my hot button. I mean, really hit my hot button. And this one day, I found that I was in a really good mood. Back then, it was rare that I was in a good mood, and I didn't understand why. But I was in a really good mood, and this person came along, and they said some words to me. And frankly, I don't remember what the words were anymore. I remember the situation because it was such a drastic, eye-opening experience for me. They said a few words. My body started to change inside. The feeling in the pit of my stomach and my chest began to change, and I was about to answer and react in the way that I had been trained to react. I'll put it that way. And what I wound up doing is saying, what is this feeling? I don't want to get this. I am happy. I am feeling good. I do not want to lose that feeling. And I kept that feeling and changed the way I reacted to that person's stimulation. In that moment, I changed my mind. In that moment, I changed my life. I changed the way I reacted to them, and thus they reacted differently. They went away. But that didn't stop them. They came back one more time, said something else. I felt that feeling again. I took it. I said, I'm not going to allow you to take over my feeling or take away my joy. I didn't say it out loud. I said it mentally. And I reacted in a different manner. They came one more time. And they may not have known. I don't know if they knew exactly what they were doing. I think they knew that I was in a different place than I had been in a long time. And they did it one more time, and I reacted in the same manner, and I kept my joy. That changed my life. So look at some of the things that are your hot buttons. Look at the things that you're doing in your life that's keeping you where you are. And observe what you're doing to keep you where you are. Are you staying in bed a little bit longer? Are you reading a magazine or Fooling You Forward? Now, I'm not saying you can't read those or don't read other types of magazines, but for 20 minutes a day, find something that will move you forward, that is helping you to achieve what you really want to achieve. Read about people who are doing or have done what you want to do. Increase your knowledge in your field. Always be in education mode, because you never know what that little information that you read will do for you. Oh, yeah, I read fiction, too, as well as a lot of books that help me help you move your life forward. Okay, so he goes on to say it is this consciousness state that attracts the situations and circumstances in his life, right? So self-observation Look at how you have reacted, made decisions to situations in your life. And how have those decisions reflected in the life you have now? And think about this as far as your life. I'm still using myself as an example. I chose not to go to a historically black school in Ohio, even though I was already at Schedule 10, and you go, why? Well, the key was I knew that if I did, I would party until I would be having a good time, and I wouldn't study. So I just decided to go to a school in the heart of West Virginia. And the school had 12 African Americans in the school. Just 12 of us. It was 600 students in the school, so it was a small school. So I felt that I would do well there because I wouldn't have anything else to do. Wrong. While there, I did not concentrate on my studies as a pre-med student. No. I concentrated on bridge. Never learned. I learned bridge in college, let me tell you, yes. Well, I wound up leaving after 2 years. And I came out and got a job. All right. With the promise to my mother I would finish college, which I did. But I had an option of 3 jobs, AT&T, a prominent bank in Pittsburgh, and IBM. I chose IBM. But what if I had actually gone to that school in Ohio? Or what if I had studied and became that medical technologist that I wanted to become? Or what if I'd chosen to go to work for the bank or AT&T or some other company or quit IBM? I had opportunities to do that and go to other companies. Where would I be today? And what would my life look like? Would I be living here in Dallas? Would I have met my husband who worked for an IBM at the time or someone else? Right? Look at your day-to-day decisions and say, where would I be had I not done these things? Where would I be if I had chosen this? We all hit those crossroads in life, so take a vision. But I want you to get down to your minute day-to-day things that you do. Because all it takes is one small thing. There's a book that I recommend, and I can't at this moment remember the author, but it's called The Slight Edge. The Slight Edge talks about the slight edge, what a salesman will do. A top salesman makes 3 more calls a day than the mediocre salesman, or 5 more calls a day, whatever it is. It's just 1 or 2 or 3. It's not 20 that makes a difference. Your attitude when you speak makes a difference. So there's a definite connection between what you are outside and what you think inside. It is your mental thoughts or states that attract what we see in our life. Right now, I want you to focus on your internal voice. What thoughts are you allowing to rule your life? What are your feelings, and in what part of your body? You must be mindful of what you think and how you react based on those thoughts, because you can destroy your life as easily as you build it up. You're invited to call in at 347-838-8437 and click 1 if you want to talk on the air. If you listen to the recording, send me an email at beverly@commandingyourlife.com. Okay, so we've got self-observation, and now let's look at definite aim or purpose. Neville also says, if you define your aim as a noble, generous, secure, kindly individual, knowing that all things are states of consciousness, you can easily tell whether you are faithful to your aim in life by watching your reactions to the daily events of life. Going back to looking at your reactions, you're being self-conscious and saying, this is who I want to be. I want to be noble, generous, secure, kindly individual. So how do you react? How do you treat people? How do you answer? If attacked, how do you react to that? So if you are living in your purpose, you will see it reflected in the world around you. If you are not, you'll see the reflection, and you will feel the discordance, the uneasiness of the situation. Have you ever asked yourself, why did this happen? Why can't I move forward? Why can't I get a good job? Why can't I, and I'm not a runner or a racer, but let's say, why can't I do a mile in 4 minutes? Why can't I do this? Now, sometimes physically we can't do it, right? Sometimes our minds just doesn't work in the way that would make us good at something. It's like I would not be good at accounting. I do not like to sit there with numbers, so I don't even try or think about it. All right. Get help. Right? So think about your aim or your purpose that resonates within you. And if you're not sure, then use meditation and prayer and say, show me, tell me, guide me, and let me know what my aim or purpose is. There's a third, and that is detachment. Okay, find your aim and purpose and detachment. You will now set about the task of entering the mental state that you wish to be. Okay, so you define it, you start trying to live it, so you're going to set about the task of entering the mental state that you wish to be. You must move psychologically, okay, mentally, from where you are to where you want to be. So the purpose of practicing detachment is to separate us reactions to life and attach us to our aim in life. Okay, separate. I am noble, generous. Let's just use those, please. I'm noble and generous. And what does generous mean? I'm giving. I don't give everything away, but I'm giving, right? So how can I practice being giving? I can help people. I can be helpful everywhere I go. You're in the shopping center, about to go into the department store, the Walmart or the Target or wherever. And as you're walking, you see a shopping cart sitting there in the middle or in the middle of a parking spot so nobody can park there. Take that shopping cart and walk as you're going in the building. Take the shopping cart with you. You need one anyway. Being generous. Is you're saving the employee the opportunity of picking up that shopping cart. Also, you are making a space available for somebody else to come in and park. Awesome. Now, that might, people think, oh, I'm giving money and I'm giving time. Well, generous is doing little things like that. You see paper on the street, and there's a trash can right nearby, pick it up, put it in the trash can. It's a little thing. And a little thing here and a little thing there, and then it becomes a bigger thing and a bigger thing, a bigger thing, and next you'll know people will be saying, oh, Mary Jane is such a generous person. She's always giving of herself. Now, you can't take advantage of her, but she is really generous, and she lives in her purpose, and she stays in her integrity, being noble. One piece at a time, you do that. So the 3 pieces again is self-observation. Observe who you are right now and who you want to be. Define what that is. Knowing what your purpose or aim is. What is your aim? So if your aim is to be kind, your aim, as I was in that one instance, happy, and continue to be happy, did you do the things, you make the reactions, you do the things to be happy. Now, many people, when they're looking at changing their lives and all that, it's dealing with big things, dealing with getting a lot of money, it's dealing with having that big house or car or whatever. But it starts with the little things. It starts, are you unhappy in your job? Then make a change. Instead of grumbling every day, instead of coming in just on time, come in 5 minutes early. Make that change. 5 minutes early every day. You got to get up in bed a little bit earlier every day. Come in earlier. Then another change. Work. Get more detailed, neater, whatever it is you're doing. It becomes a little bit better. You determine to do a little bit better job. Think about what that next job is that you want. You start looking at a good job in the job you're in. Again, there was the saying, you start working on the next job in the job you're in. You start learning about that next job that you want while you're still in the job you're in. You start preparing. You start dressing. You start acting. You start being mentally in that next job while you're in the job you're in. You start acting and being that person. And that is true everywhere. One of the greatest people that I think of who taught us a lesson many years ago, Muhammad Ali. People used to think he was out of line when he would say, I'm going to knock that person out in the, let's say, 3rd round. And he would do his poems, but he was stoking his mind. He is a good example. If you find something where he's talking, and he's talking about what he's going to do and how he lives, and listen to his poetry, and the fact that he is an ultimate example of self-observation, definition of purpose, and detachment. He won his matches in his mind before he even stepped into the ring, and opponents didn't have a chance because he knew it. His opponent said, I'm going to beat him. Yep, I'm going to do it. I'm definitely a person. But they were not as defined as he was. And so, therefore, he was winning and winning and winning. Learn how to use your imaginal power lovingly. On behalf of others, for man is moving into a world where everything is subject to his imaginal power, Neville says. Thank you for joining me today. I hope the words that I have given you have been extremely, extremely, extremely helpful. Thank you for listening today. I hope that what we shared with you today is a blessing to you. Don't forget, you can receive a free Silva Ultramite ESP System mini course valued at over $100 and start using the Silva Ultramite system today to help you make the rest of your life the best of your life. To get the free course, go to silverfox.silvacourses.com. That's silverfox.silva, S-I-L-V-A, courses.com. Click on the newsletter link on the left side of the page and follow the instructions. If you have any suggestions for the show, send them to me at beverly@commandingyourlife.com. And don't forget, I have a free twice-monthly Commanding Your Life telecircle on the first and third Thursdays. You get the opportunity to learn more, to ask questions, and to become engaged. So more information on the circle can be found at meetup, MEETUP, .commandingyourlife.com. That's meetup.commandingyourlife.com. Or go to commandingyourlife.com and look at events. Join me next week for another exciting and interesting topic or guest. Matthew 9:29 says, "As you have believed, let it be done to you."